And the stronger the woman, the more likely she is to want her fucking hair pulled. The more likely she is to want to be smacked.
What you all do on the show.
Why do you listen then?
I like this guy.
He's a cunt.
How fat's your wife? How fat is your wife? Dude, how fat's your wife? How fat's your wife?
I think personally.
How fat is she? She's a big, fat fuck. All right, now you're really talking crazy.
Hey.
So how fat is your wife?
I've been working on myself. I'm glad someone has noticed.
This guy?
Yes.
Anthony asked how fat your wife was.
How fat is your wife? How fat's your wife, jealous guy?
Yeah,
how
jealous.
How fat's your wife, jealous guy?
Cock block. How fat's your wife?
I kind of like this guy.
How fat is she, jealous guy?
Sometimes on issues, some people probably wonder or a little skeptical about.
We don't stop saying a little skeptical. You made a judgment. You were wrong.
Pea
you were
brain.
wrong.
You pea brain.
You're not going to admit, that you have issues.
Really? I wouldn't admit I have issues?
That's been the show.
Have you never listened to this show, you dumb motherfucker?
For listening so long, you know nothing.
In all fairness, Jimmy's got 2 books where he admits a lot of things.
Dude, I admit
Holy
everything.
shit.
Everything.
Well, I would imagine there's stuff you left out.
Not much. I'm being really not much. Yeah. Okay. So don't sit there and tell me that I don't admit issues. You misinterpreted something. I actually just defended Palin. I defended.
She's a woman. She's strong.
You're wrong.
Conservative values.
I heard you. Now, Dan, you've been heard.
Perverts, and you just don't like somebody.
That's not true. That's simply not true.
You'll never have.
Not true. You're 100% wrong. John McCain.
You're gonna say that, but I mean.
No, if it was true, stupid, I would say it was true. McCain, I wanted McCain. I liked McCain a lot. I'm guarantee you McCain doesn't like to be pissed on. He probably has very different values. I defended Palin. I didn't think she was qualified to run the country. But she wasn't the dumb retard everybody painted her as. I just thought that she fucking wasn't vetted properly. And McCain's camp felt she wasn't vetted properly.
Right.
Joe Biden is vice president. This guy's the biggest.
He has a lot more fucking foreign policy experience than she does.
Policy? Now you're an imbecile beyond.
He's got a lot more experience than Sarah Palin does.
Biden does seem to be a bit of a joke, though.
I still like him more than her, though.
Yeah, I mean, but he's not that impressive either.
What foreign policy does Sarah Palin have, sir?
You know what?
Answer his question.
Alaska close to Russia.
Listen, Biden wanted to divide Iraq into 3 provinces. The biggest, every military analyst said, that is the stupidest thing they've ever heard. That would be just...
How much foreign policy experience does Palin have?
How much?
What good is your experience?
How much, dude?
You're wrong, though.
How much does she have?
It doesn't matter whether you have college.
Oh, okay. It doesn't matter.
Just say none, dude. Just say none.
You were just talking about Obama's inexperience, and now you're not answering my question when I talk about Palin's inexperience? With something that's very important as a president?
She's ran a state. She's ran a budget.
She's run.
To deal with the oil company.
How much foreign policy experience?
How much?
She doesn't have any, but a lot of them don't have foreign policy.
Well, don't stop mentioning other people when it comes to her shortcomings.
Right.
When it comes to her shortcomings, stop mentioning everybody else.
You're deflecting.
Stop deflecting. You're not going to get away with that here. We're not your wife, dude.
How fat's your wife?
Listen, we've gone around in circles with Dan.
Love it.
And Jack in Massachusetts, he goes, why are you giving this guy Dan so much airtime? Because it sounds fucking good.
Dan is
good radio.
Also, I like doing Dan a favor that he doesn't have to say breaker before he talks. Aww. Yes.
I don't have a CB. You think I want to listen to those ignoramuses all day?
Oh, literal Dan.
Not?
All right, listen, Jack in Massachusetts.
Really?
Jack, you're on with Dan in Tennessee.
Hey, guys, how you doing?
Good.
I'll just tell you, that guy Dan is like out of Talladega Nights. I mean, he's just sitting around the table with his family, and on Thanksgiving, and it's like they're saying a prayer, Palin's pictures in the background, and then they say, okay, it's time to cut the Slim Jim.
What? See, this is what I'm talking about. This guy's probably a trucker, and he's probably a T-brain.
Oh,
boy,
stop with that.
T-brain enough.
Dude.
Come up with another one.
Thanksgiving and Slim Jims.
He's insinuating that you during Thanksgiving, instead of a turkey, you carve up a Slim Jim.
So are you a married man, Dan? I want to know if Dan's a married man.
That was some redneck humor.
Married man, are you, Dan?
I've only got probably a 155 fucking IQ, and I've been a schoolboy.
Nobody cares about your IQ.
Oh, okay. Oh, that means he's sleeping with the pure white sheep instead of the byproduct ones that have a little brown in them.
All right.
Yeah,
so
all right.
Jack.
But
you're-
nobody
you're
cares
falling
about your
apart.
IQ,
You're falling
Dan. You're
apart,
not
Jack.
impressing anybody.
Wait, let's ask Dan. What do you do for a living, Dan?
I've only been driving a truck for 5 years.
What do you do,
Just say you drive a
I used to be a piping draftsman, so I had a few ideas about that fucking oil spill my own self.
Well, we don't care about your oil spill ideas. That's another call.
Piping draftsman.
No, but
You're a
I used to
steam
be a
fitter. You put in
piping
sprinkler.
draftsman.
You're a
And
steam
auditioned.
fitter. You're a steam fitter that put in sprinkler systems. Shut it.
up.
Don't make
Opie
yourself
asked me
sound like you're
to
fucking a piping engineer.
I used to design piping systems for municipalities. And
Exactly. Sprinkler systems. You put in sprinkler systems in buildings. Admit it.
You're an idiot.
You're trying to make your job sound a lot more important. You're trying to make your job sound more important than it was. I have no problem with steam fitters. I worked with a lot of steam fitters in my day, but they called themselves steam fitters and they put in sprinkler pipes and waste pipes.
Thing to say. You don't need to be a pipe and
I
draft.
love this guy.
Piping draftsman. Shut up.
All right, listen.
Spin the fucking
Listen.
sprinkler thing on the pipe. Check for leaks. Check for leaks.
He just called you an idiot, Anthony.
Check for leaks.
He just called you an idiot. All right. Let me go to Robert in D.C. Robert, you're on with Dan in Tennessee.
I used to be an optician with
All right, but Dan,
Optician.
Freaking idiot, man. Look, I'm from Virginia. I'm a conservative.
Really?
I'm from Virginia. I'm a conservative. I'm a Southern Baptist. I'm a gun-toting, beer-drinking, Harley-riding motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I don't. And you and your conservative value shit, you can shove that up your ass.
What?
Because
Society? What now? About society?
Society, my ass. Society is trying to live together as one friggin' country. And there's more problems in this country that don't need to be stirred up by some ignorant, redneck, Tennessee friggin' hillbilly.
You're a dumbass, buddy. What are you talking about?
Call him a pea-brain.
This country is divided.
Because
This country is divided in half.
She is a goddamn idiot. You know why she's an idiot? Because she'll let her daughter run all over Alaska with her friggin' legs spread open, breeding children out of wedlock.
The liberal party is trying to take this country over and socialize it. Anthony will not be able to deny that.
Come on, man. We had a war back in 1865.
You're a gun-toting idiot, all right. I guess you go to family reunions and pick up your women.
It's not that hard. It's not that hard.
You're Virginia redneck idiot, all right.
Steve Brule makes an appearance on the show.
Oh, my.
Oh, my. What's going on here?
What a bonehead.
All right, Dan. All right, thank you, sir. Kenny, the trucker. Kenny, what do you have to add to this?
Yeah, who's that guy? Dr. Phil? You sound like Dr. Phil. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I have a lot of advice, and I think I have a lot of sound.
You don't, though, Dan. We've been listening to you.
Advice and a lot of, just traditional values about the country.
Traditional values about the
And
country.
I'm sick about the way the country is like going so far left that it's just we're in debt.
You don't think I am?
Swing liberals are they just want to spend more money.
We completely agree on that. Do you understand? We completely agree on that. The only thing we don't agree on is Palin.
Yeah, Palin, she had some problems when she was in office, didn't she?
I don't care if the queers want to get married. You think I care about that?
It's not a big issue, I don't think.
All right. Do you think I care about abortion?
Wait, let's ask Dan.
And stem cell research?
Dan, you like the gays?
I don't have any problem with people keeping their lifestyles to themselves.
What about the ones that eat the poo-poo?
Well, I'm sure they provide some interesting stuff for online sickos, but that's a freedom thing too. If that's what you want to do. I'm big on you having the freedom
All
to
right,
do.
listen, we got Jessica from Tennessee that wants to talk to Dan in Tennessee.
All right.
Jessica.
I mean, I'm big on freedom.
All right, Dan, shut up for a second. Jessica
wants to talk.
And women, because I listen to this show and I don't find Jimmy or Anthony. I don't feel like you hate women. And
Thanks, you bitch.
Oh, yeah, but she's an authority on you guys, I'm sure.
Well, a little more than you are. You apparently haven't listened.
I've been listening to you for 5 years.
Well, no, you've been hearing the show. I don't think you're listening.
As far as your social life,
when you said Jimmy Norton,
around in your house by yourself with your guns on a night by yourself.
Exactly.
You're a very twisted, pitiful individual.
That's because I have conservative values.
You're funny on the show, but personally, you're the most twisted. I mean, who would want their daughter to even get in your fucking in your vicinity?
No one, because I get the ones without fathers.
I mean, you're a twisted.
I don't have to deal with that shit.
But don't get me wrong. I mean, you have a right to be twisted, and you're funny on the show. But I'm just saying.
On the show, but my private life, that this guy knows everything
Dan's
about.
is one of these jealous guys.
Yeah, he's very.
Dan's one of these guys who probably is sick of fucking his wife.